Tonight on AFN Korea Nightly News, part 2 of our interview with the commander of Installation Management Command. And later, service members at Kunsan get physical. These stories and more coming up on your Frontline Network News. Welcome to this edition of AFN Korea Nightly News, broadcasting from our headquarters in Seoul. I'm Specialist Ryan Harris. Yesterday, we brought you the first part of our interview with the Commanding General for Army Installation Management Command, Lieutenant General Robert Wilson. In the second part of our interview this evening with Army Sergeant Rob Frazier, General Wilson discusses IMCOM's role in the Army, wide focus on soldier housing, and Army's programs and support services.
Sir, what is the Army doing to improve the quality and availability of family programs and services?
As you know, the Secretary of the Army and Chief of Staff of the Army signed the Family Covenant October of last year at the AUSA National Convention. It's our commitment to the soldiers and families that we're going to provide them a quality of life and commensurate with their quality of service. Improve housing, improve access and quality health care, child services, youth services, improved child care, improved employment opportunities. It's an opportunity to provide quality housing and services to the soldiers and families throughout the Army in all components.
Sir, as you know, there are a lot of renovations being made with barracks worldwide. For junior enlisted service members and senior enlisted service members, how will these changes impact them?
Well, the impact for the single soldier is going to be dramatic. And we look at barracks as being our pacing item, our focus for our services and programs. We have a lot of old barracks in the Army right now. Over 79% are 40 to 50 years old. However, we've committed and funded to improve all of our barracks throughout the Army. We'll have, by 2015, we'll have improved the standard of barracks for all permanent party to the 1+1 standard. In the interim, we're concentrating on improving the quality of our older barracks, and we're doing this through a couple of initiatives. One is the First Sergeant's Barracks Initiative. This program allows us to put central management along all of our barracks, where we can manage all of our barracks to keep them in full capacity, yet keeping small unit integrity, as well as positioning either GS civilians or contractors inside the barracks themselves to be able to oversee barracks upgrades, barracks projects, work orders, keep them in good condition, and allow the soldiers and the first sergeants to concentrate on their mission. We think this is going to improve our barracks sustainability greatly. Additionally, we're bringing on DPW, Department of Public Works teams, maintenance teams, to concentrate on our barracks, to keep the older barracks in a good workable condition. And lastly, we're investing our money in the older barracks to keep them at a better condition, a condition that our soldiers deserve, particularly with the constant rotation that we have here in Korea and deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Well, sir, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Coming up, Airmen at Osan show off their post office. Stay with us.
This is your AFN Korea weather report for Thursday, July 10th. In Daegu, we have mostly cloudy skies, a high of 92, overnight lows of 73, and rain on Friday. In Kunsan, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 79, overnight lows of 73, and rain on Friday. In Osan, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 89, overnight lows of 73, and rain on Friday. In Seoul, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 87, lows of 72, and rain on Friday. And in Camp Casey, we have mostly cloudy skies, a high of 86, overnight lows of 71, and rain on Friday. Your AFN weather report has been brought to you by the 607th Weather Squadron.
One of the biggest problems in any organization is a breakdown in communication. With the help of wireless technology, service members can overcome a lot of these communication obstacles. Army Private Stella Hammond tells us how USAG Daegu soldiers are staying connected.
Logistics units around the peninsula are training to use a combat service support very small aperture terminal. The CSS VSAT is a satellite dish that provides internet and telephone access to logistics soldiers.
Our goal is to get all the logistics automation systems in Korea off the Korea-wide area network and have everything wireless. This is the first step in what's called the Connect the Logisticians initiative.
The fiber optic cables that currently connect soldiers to the Korean-wide area network can be cut or damaged, leaving units with no outside communication. CSS VSAT gives soldiers the ability to wirelessly contact other CSS users almost anywhere in the world.
Today's training was great. It was some good hands-on training.
The soldiers learn how to set up and break down the indoor receiver and the satellite dish during training. They send and receive real phone calls to and from the States to test the equipment. Once the connection is confirmed, the troops can say goodbye to fiber optic cables and hello to wireless access. I'm Army PFC Stella Hammond, Camp Carroll, Korea.
Soldiers stationed at Kunsan Air Base are making sure they don't miss out on their Army training. Together, airmen and soldiers made the most of their joint service with a week-long Level 1 combatives course. The class's honor graduate talks to Airman Camille Tarver about how these sessions helped keep him Army strong.
Soldiers and airmen finished off their Modern Army Combatives Level 1 training course with a tournament. It was the perfect opportunity for Specialist Derek Royal to show off what he had learned during the course.
I'm expecting a lot of myself. I want to win. I want to take the whole thing. But, you know, I'm not making any predictions. I'm just hoping for the best.
He and his fellow soldiers may be on an air base, but they still decided to learn these fundamental training skills, the holds and grabs needed for close combat. Specialist Royal says the course is many things, but it's definitely not easy.
You know, I've done some hard things in my life physically, but this was probably the most physically demanding week ever. It was a hard week.
His instructor says the course was tough, but throughout it all, Specialist Royal brought his A game.
He's always like first in every drill that we've conducted. He's always pushing himself 100% after he's done the drills and he's tired, he bends over, whatever. He doesn't quit. He doesn't stop.
And this day, Specialist Royal seemed unstoppable. He was undefeated going into the last match of the day.
A classic David and Goliath, I guess you could say, heavyweight versus lightweight champion. Started from stand-up. I knew I didn't want to go into him. He had the weight advantage. I didn't want him to pull me in, so I wanted him to come to me.
As the match went on, Specialist Royal saw his opportunity and put his opponent into a skillful sleeve choke. With that move, he won the competition, a win he shares with his comrades.
Every guy here is a winner. We all went through the class. We all put up with all the smokings and the tedious training that we all went through.
And now that the training is over, he's still not quitting and definitely not stopping as he prepares for the next step, Level 2 combat training. I'm Airman Camille Tarver, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
Now for a look at the exchange rate and gas prices at your local AFE service station. When service members have issues with their pay, they go to their local finance office. We joined Specialist Kimute Irvin at the finance office in USAG Daegu, where she shows us one service member who works hard to make sure everyone gets their money.
Your money is his main priority in this office. When service members and civilians visit the Charlie Detachment 176 finance office at Camp Henry, they're confident that Sergeant Eric Hayes is on the job.
Without a doubt, that's what I come and look for, because he have kind of on 2 or 3 different situations that I had with my pay. Without a doubt, he fixed it.
I feel that he's more than capable of handling the job.
Customers aren't the only ones who see Hayes as an illuminating presence in the finance office. He also shines a jovial influence on those he works with.
I know for me, when I came, I was quiet, but eventually I opened up just from being around the people here, especially him. Because being quiet is not, this doesn't happen around Sergeant Hayes.
Quiet definitely isn't a part of Hayes' environmental element. The people don't stop coming, and the phones don't stop ringing.
Day to day? I don't know. Can you hold on 1 second? 176 Finance, Sergeant Hayes.
Since he has the experience, Hayes doesn't seem to mind the hustle and bustle of the office one bit.
High-paced, fast-paced environment. Been to Iraq, been to D.C., been to Fort Lewis, a really big post. So fast-paced environment is second nature in finance, especially today is just about payday and everybody got their LESs.
And everyone brings those leave and earnings statements in with questions by the barrels about issues like housing allowance, leave, and COLA allowances. That's when Hayes turns on the magic and gets down to the bottom line of business, keeping everyone paid.
People come in here and they ask for me. They ask me to take care of something. I go to the counter, talk to them, give them that warm and fuzzy feeling, and then my soldiers take care of it. So I have a really easy job. I just need to make sure everything gets done. That's about it.
Hayes may be modest when it comes to taking credit for taking care of customers, but he's straightforward when it comes to one thing.
The customer gets happy. You don't see them again. They know that they got paid, especially if they're like a junior soldier, E4, E3. They got a wife and a child back in the States, and their pay was messed up from when they PCS from the last duty station. Just getting them that extra like BAH to take care of the family, then they're happy. They leave here and they know they're squared away. That's the only motivation that you need.
Every day is payday to Sergeant Eric Hayes, and he says his main concern is making sure soldiers are taken care of from the first step they take to the counter to the moment they leave. I'm Specialist Kimute Irvin, Camp Walker, Korea.
After lunch will be better.
Osan's post office has been named Best in the Air Force. In our next story, Air Force Sergeant Sandra Bradley tells us about the hard work and dedication to the job that made this happen.
For the first time in 15 years, Osan's post office has won Best in the Air Force. One of the main things that makes this post office so great is the innovation they used in 2007 alone. One of the unique processes that began at Osan is an A to B parcel tracking system that barcodes packages as they come in. Another new program is the email notification process that basically notifies customers when a package arrives. Before most normal people even get to work, postal personnel are unloading trucks and sorting mail, a task that everyone has to help with in order to get the mail out to the customer in time. Staff Sergeant Stephen Peck has only been at Osan for a few months, but he learned fast how valuable his co-workers are.
That's what makes us the best post office in the Air Force, is that the teamwork, the camaraderie that comes together to no matter what, we always come together and we get it done. There's no complaining about the work. We always just focus on just accomplishing the mission at hand.
You don't see the results when you're unloading the truck in the morning. You don't see the results when the packages are going off, but it's nice to see the patrons when they pick up their parcel and they're smiling, they get a letter from home. Email's great, but there's nothing like getting a letter handwritten from Mama, Pops, or somebody back in the States.
Postal clerks like Airman First Class Frankie Peterman are reminded daily how important their job is.
We take care of our customers. We make sure that the mail is processed correctly, and basically make sure that we get our process of our packages to our customers at a decently and timely manner.
It's the teamwork and motivation, along with a little innovation, that set Osan's post office above all the rest. Air Force Sergeant Sandra Bradley, Osan Air Base, Korea.
That's the news for this evening. Tune into AFN the Eagle or Thunder AM for music, news, and information for your area. You can also check us out on the web at afnkorea.net. Thanks for watching your Frontline Network News. I'm Specialist Ryan Harris. Have a great night.